Hello, thank you for joining us today. I'm Josie Smizer, and like all the young women on this call, I'm interested in pursuing a career in STEM. Most of you participated in a survey I conducted about engineering. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and ideas. The questions in this interview are based off of those survey results and the questions girls shared with me during personal interviews. I'm a member of Girl Scout Troop 70444, and this Zoom call is part of my Gold Award project. My goal is to understand what girls are curious about and help them find answers and make connections that will inspire and encourage them to pursue a career in STEM. Today we are talking with Jackie Sosnowski. She is from Buffalo, New York, and currently lives in Akron area, and she's working as a program manager for Valatronic Technologies, Inc., located in Solon, Ohio. She earned her Bachelor's of Science in Business Administration and Management from John Carroll University. At her time at John Carroll, she founded a student-led program that allowed young women to provide mentorship and stewardship to female residents at Cleveland Juvenile Detention Center. Upon graduation, Jackie received recognition as an outstanding senior for service from John Carroll University's Boler College of Business. She is an active volunteer and continues to serve as a Gold Award member for the Girl Scouts of Northeast Ohio, and currently she is helping me with my project. In her spare time, Jackie serves as the president of Cleveland West Alumni Chapter for Kappa Delta Sorority, a founding board member of the Boler Alumni Council for John Carroll University's Boler College of Business. And in January 2019, Jackie was featured in Women in 3D Printing blog and talked about her experience in the additive industry when she worked at the Technology House as a senior project manager. In March 2023, she received the 2023 Northeast Ohio Top 25 Under 35 Movers and Shakers Award from the Cleveland Professionals 2030 Club. Thank you for joining us today, Jackie.
Thank you for having me.
We have a lot of questions about what it's like to pursue a STEM career and what the day-to-day work and challenges are like, career paths, and advice you might have for us. You have such an interesting background combining both business and engineering. When did you transfer over to more of a STEM career, and why did you make that transition?
Yeah, so originally I was going to go to John Carroll University to be going to cancer research. And the reason why is because my mother's in the medical industry, in the healthcare industry on the insurance side, and then my father is a physician. And so I've always wanted to go into STEM. And I did like all STEM camps in high school. And so when I was looking at colleges, originally I was going to go to Rochester Institute of Technology, and I was going to do bioinformatics, which is computer science and biology together. And then I just decided that, talking to my parents and some of my advisors, I realized I might change in a couple of years, and that if I were to change my major, I wouldn't graduate on time and probably would not enjoy it. And it wasn't a school I could easily transfer majors. So when I went to John Carroll, I originally was a bio major, did the bio core for freshman year, and then decided after my internship at the Hopman Woodward Institute in Buffalo that I had my dream internship being in the lab, and I actually didn't like it at all because I'm an extrovert, and I realized that, the scientists in my lab didn't like the music being loud, or they didn't really know. I was just always engaging in conversation. And for me, it wasn't the right fit. So after talking to, parents and mentors, I decided to go into business management. And then when I was in college, you have to have at least one internship in order to graduate from the Boler School of Business, or now Boler College of Business. And I actually had my internship with the Cleveland Clinic in the international operations. And I really liked that because that bridged my curiosity for STEM and my passion for STEM. And then when I was graduating from John Carroll, it was the fall semester, my senior year, I was looking for jobs, and I knew I wanted to go into program management because I have a passion for planning events and for planning activities and projects. I always found myself in my different activities in college being the lead or being the one that would lead the program that we started. And I really enjoyed that a lot. So I came across a technology house at my college's career center, and I applied for that. And I applied for several other companies, interviewed at other companies, but that was a STEM one. And I really found my passion there. It's a family business. And so for me, I really like the idea with a small company. I got to know the product. I got to know the people I worked with really well, my customers. And it was also on the cutting edge of technology. They do 3D printing, injection molding, and machining. So I really thought that was neat. 3D printing at the time in 2016 was fairly new on the cutting edge, and that company was bringing the newest 3D printers and still to this day does. So I was really excited for that opportunity. And after going into manufacturing, I've been in it for 7 years. I don't really want to leave. I really enjoy working with customers. So I'm customer facing. So if a customer has questions or concerns or need to know where their orders are in the process, they go to me. I'm the one that will talk to other departments in engineering, operations, procurement, all throughout the company, and I'm the main point of contact. So I really enjoy the troubleshooting, and I really enjoy the STEM side too. Even though I'm not an engineer by trade, I get asked all the time where I went to engineering school, and I always like, oh, the Buller College of Business, which if you're in from the local area, people get it, but other customers are like, what are you talking about? You have a business degree? But a career in STEM it's really been fun. And it definitely did start my curiosity too with STEM back in Girl Scouts when I was younger. One of my first experiences I remember was going to a medical school for the career day, and I loved it.
So I was wondering, if you, since you don't have a degree in engineering, when you started working at this company, did you feel like you had a lot of learning to do, or did they give you training, or what was that experience?
Yeah. So when I first went for my first interview back in college, be honest with you, knew 3D printing, but I had no clue what injection molding is or machining. But my company actually trained me. So it took over a year to understand everything. But what I really enjoy about manufacturing, at least in the companies I've worked with, is that everybody's willing to teach you. And everyone's willing to ask questions. Like I ask questions all the time, on a daily basis with engineers and even procurement and other sides. And I've learned learn along the way, and people are willing to help. For me, I'm very curious all the time. And so I think that's been really helpful. And just having everybody's support along the way has been great. And also establishing mentors all along the way, through LinkedIn or through, places like this have been really helpful and also helped me grow my confidence in this industry.
I love that you mentioned what my project is helped you so much in your life with creating connections and gaining mentors. Do you often find it hard to find other female mentors or women above you to help and give you guidance or advice?
It has been, especially in the niche where I am in manufacturing. I've been trying to find mentors in electronics. That's currently what my company does. But I do have mentors from customers that I've come close with in contact with, that I've grown relationships over the years. So I've been able to keep those in touch. I'm also part of a group called Women in Manufacturing, and they're an international, it's actually nationally. Their headquarters is actually here in Cleveland. And so I've been able to attend those events too, which has been really nice to connect with women, young women too. and be able to connect and grow in my community, but also help me grow in my career. And it's been helpful too, especially with in the stage of my life. Like I just got engaged and, getting married and planning our life in the future, especially wanting to have kids. That's been, having those mentors has been helpful along the way to navigating that path.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So a question some girls asked was, is your job mostly a desk job, or do you have some physical work of being like an engineer? Like, do you have any labor?
Yeah. So with my job, I would say so I work from 8 to 5, usually a little after if you ask my fiance. But so from like 8 to, I would say from like half my morning, I'm usually I'm on the production floor. So at my company, you have to wear like an ESD jacket and you have to wear these like foot straps. So I'm usually wearing them all day long, but most of the day I'm on the floor in the morning, especially troubleshooting and going on the floor, speaking with the operators, what the issue is, meeting with, production on why we're not meeting our output for the day or the output for the month. So I'm on the ground quite a bit. And then meetings are probably the other half of the day, like in the afternoon. I spend a lot of time in meetings, and that's because majority of my customers are on the West Coast. So when I'm running around in the morning, they're not even up yet. So that's how my job works. But I would say it's about 25% on the floor and then 75% in meetings. But I find myself running around all day long because what I appreciate about my company is that everybody's on site except our sales team. So I can run to somebody's office, or I know where everybody sits. And if they're not sitting at their office, they're usually in a meeting. So it's fast to get answers or questions answered rather than if I was working remote.
Since you seem to like work with lots of different types of people and different like parts of like the engineering careers, like what barriers have you kind of run into, especially being like a woman?
Yeah, I will say my first company, I was very unique compared to many other industry, like for manufacturing, because the family business I worked with actually was 3 daughters and their father that ran the business. So one was in charge of operations, one was in charge of HR, and one was in charge of finance. So when I went to meetings in person, it was a rarity. Like it was mostly women in the room. And now going to my current company, it's a lot larger, and I'm the only program manager in my department out of 7 people. And then on top of it, I'm one of 2 people on the second floor that's a woman. So I ran into that barrier more so with this company. I will say it's never been because I'm a woman, it's because of my age is what my biggest barrier I've ran into. And that's even since I started my career at my last company, is that for me, it was building the rapport, because when I first started, a lot of my phone calls were on the phone, not on Zoom. And then as like COVID hit and I had meetings in person, I would go to conferences or go to trade shows. So I do a lot of trade show booths. And people are always shocked like how young I am. And I'm like, oh, it's not a big deal. They're like, well, you're so young for this career that you're in. And I'm like, I mean, that's how that's what my goal is. And that's how I landed where I am. And I really, I've tried to, with my career advancement and everything. And that's what I enjoy, but I really haven't ran into being any obstacles being a woman right now. It's more so my age.
That's so interesting. I think like as teenage girls, like we're so afraid of like the female to like male ratio in the classroom and in the workforce, but we haven't really stopped to think about like how not only is it like us being different genders, but also like social economics and like racial backgrounds and also our age.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting too when like when I would go to trade shows, I'm usually one of the youngest ones there. And I'm in my late 20s now, and that's still the case. Like I'm still the youngest one there. But you know, it's really interesting too, because like when I went to college in the business school, I was one of 10 girls that graduated in my class in my major. So it was actually less than that. I was one of five. So most of my projects I was with all guys, which going from an all girls school to that in college it was a shift. Um, but I think that helped me along the way too.
You talked about
sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, you talked about like getting a lot of on-site training. What other opportunities were you given to like do professional advancement or like gain more knowledge?
So I've been in my last company. I got training with a project management project management professional certificate is what I'm studying for right now. So I was able to go to a 3-day class over at Cleveland State. You have to have already 3,000 hours of professional experience in project management in order to sit for it. So that was something that my company was able to help pay for. And help pay for the classes. And I'm paying for the certificate myself because it's a hard test to pass. And then with my current company, if I pass it, they will reimburse me for it. Another thing is I was just finished up a class at Magnet, which is in Cleveland. It's manufacturers user. It's like a users group. They work with different manufacturers all throughout Northeast Ohio. It's a pretty cool group if you haven't heard of them before. And so I did an operations and training certificate there. And so that was kind of similar to this forum, like how we're having it here. It was actually geared just for women. And what we did was different topics of like manufacturing. So like operations to like shipping and receiving, like working with logistics on, you know, international, domestic. It was a really cool course, and it was a 1.5 years long that I did. It was every other week on a Zoom call during lunch. So that helped me as well. And then I also do attend, as I mentioned, trade shows. So that does help me a lot too with different trainings. And then some of my companies I've worked with, like if we have like equipment that comes in house, like my last company with the 3D printers, like the 3D printer people would come to the company and show us how the 3D printer worked. And then also would teach us how to present about the 3D printer or how does it work, like the inner mechanisms. So then I could present that to my customers. And even though I didn't work in sales, I kind of did helping grow the business. So those were some training that I did that helped me grow along the way.
Thank you.
Do you have any tips for maintaining balance in your life with your work and your personal life?
Yes, that's a big, I mean, I'm still struggling that with right now, you know, in my life where I'm trying to like separate work from home. And I guess my biggest tip is like for me because I don't work at home at all, but for me that drive back from the office to my house is like time for me to decompress. That's like a big tip that at first in my career, I was like, I have to call my mom and like vent to her about my day or talk to my boyfriend and vent about my day. And for me, it's like, I take that time to relax and listen to a podcast, listen to music. Also to just, I have my phone for work is actually my personal cell phone. And so I don't put I just have my Microsoft Teams on there if it's like emergency, but I don't have my email on my phone either. That was a big thing for me to learn. I was known for at my last company to always check my email and be emailing at late at night. And I just found myself being burnt out. because I would just keep on looking at my phone when I was bored. And I thought, oh, this email came through. I have to respond right now. So just some tips. I think also to just, for me, I'm a very social person. So having activities after work too has been helpful. Like I spin, and then I also play volleyball. So that's been helpful too. Just, I know at 5 o'clock I have volleyball and I have to leave work at 4:30 to make it on time. And I'm, depending on your supervisor, I mean, my supervisor is very lenient. All the supervisors I've had, they always say like, take time for yourself. If you have activities at 5, 6 o'clock at night, like go, it's your, that's your personal time.
That's really good to know, because I feel like I kind of like in my own mind would think that that your bosses would be like kind of expecting you to always like go above and beyond, but it's great that they like are kind of encouraging you to like have those boundaries, because like I feel like that is so important.
Yeah, like I just had an instance like 2 weeks ago so with my company, I manage our top 3 customers internationally because we're international company. And so for me, I sometimes bring a lot of burden on myself because of that. Plus I have smaller accounts. And the other week I just went to my boss and I'm like, these smaller customers are driving me up a wall. And I just told him like, the one example, I have a buyer I work with and she emails me like 2, 3 in the morning and, she expects to have an answer right away. And I told my boss, I'm like, I'm going to respond to her within the next like 24 hours. That's an average response time. And I told him like, I can't be doing that for all these small customers when, what I sell for my one customer in one day is like what they sell in a year. And I think that's like having that, talking to your boss about it or communicating when you are stressed is really helpful, because when I did that, he was like, all right, we're going to schedule a meeting this afternoon and go over your workload and, see if the new program manager coming in can help out or if I can help out. So that's part of their job, is to make sure you don't burn out, because especially if you're a top performer or you're just you really care about the company, they won't want to lose you.
That's great. That was also, I thought it was really interesting because I always think of like jobs that are like all online, like those are the people that are like always super connected to their email, but I didn't think about it also being like a reality for like everybody.
Yeah, definitely the phone. I mean, that's a big one. And for me, I'm on Teams with work, so sometimes I'll get like, sometimes my coworkers will like message me, like even at night. I'm like, you can just text me, but I even like always look at it, I'm like, oh no, it's an emergency, and it's just like them sending me like a message to see how I'm doing. But I'm always like on alert that it's an issue.
You also mentioned that your company is international right now.
Yes.
Does your job affect where you live at all, or like the types of jobs you can do?
Yeah, so my company is internationally owned. So we're out of Switzerland, and then our company also has a location in Morocco. So it's interesting, like we do kind of operate as 3 separate companies. So like all of our production that I work with is here in the States, and that's because we're FDA certified. So most of our customers meet the FDA certification as a manufacturer to make their products. I mean, location, it's my job is not a hybrid job. You have to be on site. So we'd have to be living in, an hour max away from Solon, right outside of Cleveland. So it's not terrible. I mean, if I have to work from home, I can, which is really nice. I've had times where I'm visiting family in Buffalo and I need to work from home, and that's not a problem if it's a couple of days.
Does everyone in your company work on site, or do you have some people who are Like,
Yeah, the only ones that work offsite is our sales team. So we have our national sales director. He lives outside of Baltimore and he comes in once a month. And then one of our sales managers is like an hour and a half away and he comes in once a month too. So um and even if I have a customer that comes in and they help manage that customer with me, they do make the time and come in as well. So it is helpful when the customer comes in, you kind of want your salesperson to be there because it can be stressful sometimes, especially if it's a large customer and they have a lot of questions and want to grow. And I'm like, I can't answer that question about pricing or if we can do that. So yeah, I don't think it's sometimes I wish they were in the office so they can see, how busy we are, especially when it comes to production or understand the problems that we're having. Because in manufacturing, there's problems all the time.
I was wondering, how do you go about finding a mentor?
So for me, my mentorship, actually, a lot of them are with the Girl Scouts, or I've met them through the Girl Scouts back home in Western New York and here in Northeast Ohio. But I also have grown a lot of relationships and mentorships in the past couple years through meeting somebody at a networking event and then following up with them on LinkedIn. And usually from there, that's where it starts the relationship. Going from, I think the best way to go about it is, meeting them at a networking event if you can, networking on LinkedIn, messaging back and forth, getting to the point of the relationship where you can go out for coffee or go out for drinks after work or go out for dinner. And you'd be surprised, reaching out to somebody, like especially a young professional, you would be surprised like how willing they are to help out. As I remember when I first started in my last company, right out of college, I was like, I'm fine on mentorships. Like, I'm fine. I have a mentor, and then I kind of thought about it. I'm like, I don't have a mentor like in my field. And once going to networking events and I met a woman who ended up working with my company and she's one of my customers. And, just a couple exchanges back and forth. She's like, here's my number. Here's my work email. Here's my personal email. If you need anything, have any life questions, just text me, call me. And she just recently moved out of the Cleveland area and she lives in Columbus and I still keep in touch with her like on a consistent basis. But that's what I would recommend, doing that. Joining groups like the Women in Manufacturing group. There's also the Women in Electronics group. So that's a great opportunity, not only for networking, but they also do a lot of like calls over the lunch hour that you can join. They'll do like topics on like stress management, being a working mom in manufacturing. And so I think those are really helpful to stay involved in.
That's great advice. Thank you. So these mentorships, they probably give you some motivation for your career. What else gives you motivation, or like what inspires you to create change in your industry?
Yeah. I'm actually really passionate about like what we're doing tonight, like talking to young women, interested in STEM. That's actually a big passion of mine. Another big passion of mine is connecting young adults to young adults and to young, like just college graduates. So a group of friends and I started the Bowler Alumni Council at John Carroll University just for the business school, because we realized the school has an alumni association, but they don't target for business for the business school. So we wanted to tie young adults to the students, which has been really cool for me to see, and something that I've been really advocating for a while now. Especially being in manufacturing, I always like to tell the business school, like, there's some people like me that went to business and now are manufacturing or now in pharmaceutical or in a STEM career. And, that's something, especially with tech and how much it's growing and AI and 3D printing and all these different areas. Like, I think it's important to talk about, and especially have people network and talk about it, and just even see what's out there too, what other careers are out there. A couple years ago when I was looking for a career change, I was applying for a project management job in artificial intelligence. And because I was like, you know what, that's really cool. Even though I don't understand AI yet or fully understand everything that's part of it, I know project management or program management. I know how that works. I know how to connect to different people. And I know how to manage a project and lead a project. I was like, why not? But a lot of opportunities out there.
That's great. So we're going to be wrapping up soon. Does anyone have any final questions or interested in any types of advice? Okay. No one is talking. So Jackie, would you like to give any final piece of advice or something you'd like to share with us before we end this call?
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing is always be curious. Always be learning what's new out there, especially if you're interested in STEM. I remember when I still do it to this day, even though I left the 3D printing industry. It's really fascinating. So I always look up the newest and greatest 3D printers and see what's out there, what can be made next. Just being in that industry for the past 8 years, it's amazing to see how many advancements there are. So that's always a recommendation of mine, is just be curious, always look into the new greatest thing, because that could be your job one day, or that could help your job one day. Another thing is just the networking is really important in mentorship. And for me too, I always like to give back to the community. I think that's important for me. That's why I give back a lot of my time with Girl Scouts. So that's something that's been a big passion of mine. But I think doing that and giving back to organizations and groups that have made you the woman that you are today is really important.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Anyone want to say anything before we end this call?
Oh, I wanted to say thank you for your time. It's really great to talk with you.
Well, thank you for having me. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I guess we will conclude the session of Women Exploring Engineering. Thank you, Jackie, so much for your time, and thank you to these girls that joined our call and participated and asked some questions. Have a great night.